What's up, guys? It's Ali back with another video. So guys, we are finally back in Texas. I know that I had said that we were gonna do a New York vlog number 3, but in this vlog I'm gonna walk you guys through the last few days that I had in New York. And I almost dropped my phone. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of footage that I was able to capture, but I'm also gonna be walking you guys through, so please stay tuned for that. And we're also leaving again, and this time we're going to Houston, so please stay tuned for that because that's gonna be a great trip. I know that we just got back from New York and Elizabeth and I are super tired, but with all of that being said, you know what? We're a road trip family, and that little girl loves going out, and so do I, and we're just super excited because I'm gonna get to see my friends and my family, of course. So if you guys are interested in finding out how we dealt with everything from coming from New York and going to Houston, then stay tuned and keep on watching.
Papito chulo.
So you can say, hey guys, it's Sophie, and then Chachi can be like, hey guys, it's Alex.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do you first, Sophie. So come closer.
Hey guys, it's Sophie.
It's
All right.
Alex.
What's up, guys? It's Ali. And my intro was a little different because these boogers are here. And it's our last day together. What do you guys think about us being together for the last time?
I kind of feel happy because you guys were here. Like, we haven't seen you guys in a long time, especially with this little cutie right here, which she's sleeping. And now I feel sad. I feel like days have been passing pretty long, fast. Yeah. Okay, we're leaving you with Alex. Okay, how do you feel about Caro and Elizabeth being here?
Okay. Carol and Elizabeth good. Elizabeth and me not good.
Not good because Elizabeth is sleeping?
Yeah, it's a bit happy.
You're happy?
Yes.
Oh. And what did you like about Elizabeth and I being here?
Really airport.
The what?
Airport.
Oh, going to the airport? Oh, okay.
Really no play. Not to low. No matter not play. Really. Todo ahí de la data. No policía.
Oh. ¿Estás lavando la ropa? Okay. So, as you guys already know, today is my last day here in New York. I had a really great time. This is New York vlog number 3. So if you're interested in finding out what my last few days in New York have been, please stay tuned and keep on watching. So we actually came to drop off my mom to an early appointment, and then I, just figured why not take not dirty clothes but clean clothes. So we brought the kids, well, I brought the kids over to do laundry, and then right now we're having our brunch, and then we're gonna pick up mom and we're gonna go home and pack because I need to pack.
How are you?
Dun 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 dun.
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, teacher. How are you? How are you? Na 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 na. How are you? How are you?
Sagazi.
Y'all know that we can't go out without having our Starbucks. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna talk to you guys from my car because it's a really nice day out and Elizabeth is in the back seat and she is sleeping, and I don't want to take her out because I know that this is her normal time for taking her naps. So anyways, long story short, let me start off by telling you guys that I had the best time of my life in New York. And I am so happy that I had the opportunity to experience this with my baby girl. It was our first mother-daughter trip, and it was honestly the best trip ever. She was such an amazing baby. You guys have absolutely no idea. This little girl literally was happy the entire time that we were there. And what I mean by happy, I mean like she was an actual happy camper. Like she didn't cry unless she was hungry and I wasn't quick enough to give her milk, or you know, she had a dirty diaper. But hey, all babies cry because of that. But other than that, she was so good, guys. I mean, I love it. I had so much fun, and she made it 10 times better. Now, the fact that I had the opportunity to spend time with my mom, the kids, and I also had the opportunity to spend time with my mother-in-law and my sisters-in-law and their kids, it was amazing. Elizabeth had the opportunity to meet her aunts and her little cousins, and they absolutely loved her, and they just had a really great time. Last trip that we took to New York in December, my mom and my little siblings were super sick. They were all hit with the flu and strep, so I was not able to go to their place and, you know, spend quality time with them. It was more of a quick hi and bye. And this time around, I was able to, you know, sleep over, and they were able to take care of Elizabeth while I went out with my friends, and it was great. I love the fact that my little brothers had the opportunity to spend time with her, and my mom as well. You know, they had their moments, and it was just the cutest thing ever. So what did I do in New York? Well, mostly I spent time with, like I said, my mother, my siblings, my mother-in-law, and my sisters-in-law and their kids. But I did visit my friends. I went to one of my best friend's house, Jennifer. So I went out with my best friends, Jennifer and Rosemary. We went to this place called the Golden Chicken in Bayshore on Main Street. Highly recommend going to that place. It's Peruvian food, and it was a bomb. And I normally get, you know, whenever I go to these type of places, I usually always get the grilled chicken with the french fries and the salad, and honestly that's what I got, and it was really, really good. I really liked it. So shout out to Jennifer and Rosemary for taking me out on that special night, and it was really fun seeing you guys, and I hope that we get to see each other again. With that being said, I did pull out my phone, and this is the footage that I caught. I am not amused. I like my money. Hi. She vlogging. Wait, let her.
You know, because my nails look really bad, so you can't do it.
You can't even see your nails.
Yeah, you can.
No, that
Do it stylish, sexy. Do it stylish. You should have done it like this, like with the cup tilted and like.
Thing loaded. The rain tonight will be a swamp.
Don't forget the calamari.
So I also met up with my cousin Yenny, and we went out to Brownstone and in what's it called, in West Islip, and that was very good. We had brunch there. I had been there like twice before, and the food is very good. We had some bomb coffee, which was delicious, much needed that day. We also brought Elizabeth along, and she was just, you know, talking and being loud, and there's a lot of people at that time because it was brunch. And it was fun because, you know, people were like, where's that baby coming from? And then all of a sudden I pull this little baby out of the car seat, and everybody's like, oh my God, she's so cute. So that was fun. Take a little sip of my coffee. Y'all, this caramel mocha frappuccino is bomb. Anywho, yeah, so I basically just met up with my friends and my cousin, and then my other cousin gave birth along the time that I was there. Her due date was April 21st, and I told her that I was going to be in New York until the 15th, and I was like, dude, I hope that you give birth within that time. Obviously I didn't want the baby to come out, you know, earlier than that, but I was like, it would be cool if you gave birth around that time. And she did, guys. She gave birth like a couple of days before it was time for me to come back, and I was able to meet and hold that cute little baby. She's so cute and tiny. She just brought back so many memories of Elizabeth when she was so tiny, and you know, going from carrying Elizabeth to carrying that little baby, it was like, oh my god, no pesaba nada. Esa cosita tan hermosa no pesaba nada. Elizabeth is getting heavy. Yeah, you know, you would think that she's not heavy, but she really is. It tires your arms out already. And I'm not that big, so I don't know if I'm going to be carrying her anymore. Thank God for the baby carrier thingies. So basically what I ended up doing the last few days was just spending quality time with my family. I ended up taking care of Sophie and Chochi, and, you know, just visiting my aunts and my cousins. They also had some play dates with my niece and nephew, and they were super fun. They had so much fun, guys. You have no idea. These kids haven't seen each other ever since September of last year, because that was the last time that they ever got to see each other, and they get to see each other again, and it was like they had played with each other like 3 weeks ago. So that was pretty fun. Now let me tell you guys my experience at JFK. The worst experience in my life ever. Yo no sé por qué me pasó esto. O sea, el día que me toca viajar a mí sola con la niña, sucede todo esto. Ok, lo voy a dejar. Y les voy a enseñar qué fue lo que pasó.
Oh my gosh, what an experience. Traveling with a baby by yourself is really not a good idea, but it sure is fun. I have like 5 minutes till they close the doors, and I need to run. So good thing I'm almost at the gates. Elizabeth, in the elevator, Elizabeth.
All right, y'all, so we finally made it, and it turns out that our plane isn't here yet, so we're just gonna chill here. I'm getting a Starbucks because I really need it. All that running around with the baby and pulling a carry-on is so not fun. So we're gonna get coffee, and we're also gonna get a charger because my phone is also dying. So see you guys in a little bit. So now we're just waiting. The plane finally arrived. People are coming off, and there's cleaning, and then it's our turn to board. Are you ready to board? So yes, we got there a little bit late, okay, but I still had enough time, all right? We got there like with an hour for me to do whatever I needed to do. The flight was supposed to start boarding at 5:45 p.m. and I got to the airport at like 4:30. So we parked, everybody got off, I went up, and now I'm at the bag checking area, and they ended up closing the line. So in Dallas, when we were leaving Dallas Fort Worth, I was able to just go up to the cashier or the attendant that was checking in the bags. I was able to just, you know, go up there, and they took my bag and they printed out my ticket or whatever, you know. So then I didn't really have to print it out on the kiosk by myself. Well, JFK, I'm waiting in line, all right, and there's a big line, and finally when it's my turn, they were like, oh, you have to go and do it yourself at the kiosk, print out the stickers and put them on your bag, and then you can bring them up to the cashier or to the attendant. So I'm like, dang it. All right, so I got out of the line, I went and I printed. By the time I was finished printing, it only took me like a minute to print this stuff out. They closed that whole section, all right? Now, everybody from that section that was in line had to move on to the other side where all the other attendants were. So now I'm like rushing to the other side trying to get the stupid bag as I'm trying to print this thing out. People are going from one attendant to the other, from one side to the other. So yeah, it was pretty hectic, and I had to wait again in line. So that right there stole like a good 20 minutes from my time. So finally the bags are checked, and now I have to go through TSA. So I'm in line for TSA. I'm pushing Elizabeth's stroller and I'm pulling my carry-on, and I also have, oh, she woke up. So I'm pushing Elizabeth and I'm also pulling the carry-on bag, and I have Elizabeth's diaper bag, which is the backpack. So I'm like completely done with life by this time. And I'm in line. I finally got checked in to go through TSA, and I'm waiting to put my stuff up, and then all of a sudden an attendant comes and she's like, all right, like the two people in front of me, from you all the way back, you guys have to go to the next line, and blah 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 blah. So she's like, you know, trying to declutter that area, which I totally understand, because everyone was just going on one side. Meanwhile, there was like a whole other section that was like not busy at all. And so she was trying to declutter that area, which to me that was great. But all of a sudden, like, everyone just goes on to the other side, and I'm like stuck with the stroller because I can't really move because it's a big stroller, and I really can't, you know, maneuver it because people are like walking like crazy people, like mad people. And all of a sudden she's like, all right, everybody's just stop. And she goes, you with the stroller, come with me. So I'm like, oh dang, am I in trouble? So she like pulls me all the way to the other side, now makes me walk all the way to the other corner. And then it was actually a pretty good thing because there was no one on that side. So I was able to go through TSA without a problem. But with that being said, my carry-on bag went through the security check without a problem. The stroller, the car seat, I was carrying Elizabeth to walk through. And then where I had put her diaper bag, I had my phone and my boarding pass and my license. And so when it was time to put that one through the inspection area, it like knocked it completely over to the actual like pat down area. Guys, so yes, there was not a lot of people there and there were not a lot of bags there, but on the side and where they had to inspect the bags, guys, there was like 30 bags in front of us, and I was like, oh my god, I only have like, at this point I only had 30 minutes, all right, to get through TSA and go and board. So now I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and I tell this guy, I'm like, my flight is about to board in like 15 minutes, and I just wanted to know if there's any way that you guys can put my diaper bag, because it has the baby formula in there. So the guy goes and tells the people doing the inspections or whatever, and they were like, nope, she has to wait her turn and blah 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 blah. Other people are also waiting for the line for their flight. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is ridiculous. So good thing Elizabeth had fallen asleep, so she was a happy baby because she had taken her nap. So then long story short, finally we got to my bag. Now I'm only at 5 minutes to boarding, and the girl who's going through the through my bag pulls out my formula, and she's like inspectioning it, and she's like, oh, does your baby like the formula? And I'm like, yeah, she likes it. Oh, my sister tried the other formula and the baby didn't like it. And in my mind I'm like, please lady, just check it and let me go. I don't have any drugs. I'm not hiding anything. Like, just let the bag go. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, she likes it. Yeah, she loves that type of formula, but she's also breastfed. And then she's like, oh, you breastfeed? I was like, oh, why did I say that? But all right, she was a nice lady after all. So now I'm like at 2 minutes for boarding, and I have to like rush through JFK. So in JFK, now I'm going to the gate. Well, TSA is on the second level. So I'm like on the second level, I'm rushing through to where it says, you know, you're gonna board on gate 44. So I'm rushing through over there. I finally get to that point, and then all of a sudden they're like, gate 44 downstairs. I'm like, dang. So now I get on the elevator, go downstairs, keep walking straight, and they're like, gate 44 upstairs. I'm like, oh my gosh. I get on another elevator, go upstairs, and then I'm like at gate 43. So then, you know, whatever, I'm there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't see the plane anymore. It's already 6 o'clock. And the flight was supposed to take off at 6:15. So I don't see the plane. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, no. I'm like, I missed the flight. I can't believe I missed the dang flight. I rush over to the attendants and I'm like, did I miss the flight to Dallas Fort Worth? And the girl, she's like, relax. She's like, no, you didn't. She's like, the plane hasn't even come yet. I'm like, what? So you mean to tell me that I rushed all the way here and the plane that's supposed to take us to Dallas isn't even here yet? And she's like, yeah, that's right. I'm like, great. I'm just gonna collapse right here. Anyways, I'm just gonna, you know, just faint, just right here, faint. So I ended up going over to Starbucks, getting me a coffee to kind of calm my nerves down. And then I had to buy a charger because my phone was dying and I did not have my charger with me. So yeah. So yeah, we finally get to board and it's about 6:45 already. So, you know, we're just sitting there for like 45 minutes, just chilling, waiting for the plane and people to come out and clean. And now we're finally on the plane. So my phone at this point had completely died and my charger did not like connect onto where the port was on the plane itself. It was loose. And so I really couldn't charge my phone, so I really didn't get to capture anything on the damn plane. So long story short, they made us wait in the plane for 30 minutes. We did not leave the gate area for 30 minutes. And so reason for that was because of high winds and also because JFK only has one runway working. So, you know, they were landing a plane and one plane out, one plane in and one plane out. So we ended up waiting for 40 planes, all right? We ended up waiting for about an hour. So we waited 30 minutes at the gate, then we finally started moving, and it took 30 minutes for us to get from the gate to the actual part where we took off. Takeoff was nasty. Takeoff was just ridiculous. Like, you guys have no idea. I mean, I've been in bumpy rides before, and I've been on the last time that I was coming from Dallas to New York, when we were up in the air and about to like start going down, the plane started shaking really badly, and all I remember was holding on to my belly because I was 5 months pregnant at that time. So that was the bumpiest ride I've ever been in, but this one topped it off completely. So taking off, since there was a lot of high winds, they waited a little bit, and then once it was taking off, guys, I felt like that plane was just about to like flip over to the other side, like backwards or something, because it was ridiculous. I was freaking out. Elizabeth by this time was still asleep. She was asleep for like an hour. That whole time that we were waiting, Elizabeth was asleep. So that was the good part about that. As soon as we got on the plane, I gave her bottle because I'm thinking we're about to take off. But no, so she fell asleep for that hour that we were waiting, and she woke up right when we were about to take off. So I just popped her on the boob so her ears wouldn't pop, and she was a happy baby. So yeah. She was awake for the 3-hour, 45-minute flight that we took. And then she fell asleep like for the last 40 minutes of the flight. So she was pretty good. She didn't cry. She was happy. She was singing. I mean, well, I was singing, but she was happy. And everyone in the plane, when I got up, like once we finally landed in Dallas, when I got up, everyone's like, she was such a great baby, she didn't cry. And there was like 2 other babies in the plane. One was a newborn, just like her. Well, she's not a newborn anymore, but one was a newborn, and then her, and then there was like a 2-year-old, and there was like a 7-year-old or somewhere around there. But out of all of them, like they all made noise, and the only time that she made noise was when I had to change her diaper. And that was it. That was the only time that she like grunted, and that was it. I changed her diaper and she was good to go. So she was a really good baby. So now we're in Dallas, Fort Worth, and we were supposed to land at 9:30, okay? So my husband has to drive about 2.5 hours from where we live to Dallas, Fort Worth. And he ended up leaving like around 5 o'clock. So he ended up waiting somewhere outside from the airport because I was lucky enough that I had enough battery to send him a text like right before, and I told him, I'm like, we're not gonna leave until like 7 or 8. I'm like, so I'm probably not gonna get there until like 12 or 1 in the morning. So luckily I was able to tell him that, but he was already on his way to Dallas when he got the message, and by the time he responded I was already flying. So yeah, we ended up landing at Dallas Fort Worth around 1 in the morning, and then we had to take the drive back home, and we ended up getting home around like 4 in the morning. And now here we are 2 days later. And 2 days later, which is today, we are getting ready to go to Houston. So I ended up going to get my car washed and getting the oil change done and just running some quick errands that I need to run from here. And we will be packing right now. So now that Elizabeth is awake, we're gonna go inside and we're gonna start packing for Houston. So I ended up packing after I got home with Elizabeth, and it took me basically the rest of the afternoon to pack and kind of like pick the outfits and everything like that. We were supposed to leave with my dad at around 4 or 5 o'clock, but they ended up leaving a little bit earlier, and Orlando had to stay working a little later. So long story short, we ended up waiting and sleeping at home, and we ended up leaving our town around 6 in the morning. So it was nice because, you know, we were well rested, and we drove from 6 all the way to 12 o'clock. And yeah, so we ended up in Houston at around 12. We didn't hit any type of traffic. It was amazing. Orlando drove 3 hours, and I ended up driving the rest of the 2 hours all the way to my aunt's house. And after that, that's basically what we did. You know, once we hit 610, like going from 290 to 610, that's basically where the traffic hit us the most. But there's always traffic there. I mean, it is Houston. So yeah, it was fun. And now we're here, so we're gonna spend the rest of the weekend here. And if you guys celebrate Easter, well then happy Easter. And if you don't, then happy 3-day weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will finish off my video with the following footage. So I hope you guys enjoy. Where are you? Look at those little legs. Uh-oh. Daddy say bye-bye. Daddy say bye-bye.